The new religion apparently replacing, science or Satanism? Which one was the last religion everyone worships? So I forget which came first. I think science is the last religion, is New Ageism. So we have, it's odd this was all written, this is going to happen too. But probably the same people writing all this stuff, anyways, had a rollout. So, New Age is replacing scientism, and scientism was replacing Satanism, and Satanism replaced Christianity, and Christianity replaced Greek yogurt, or whatever it was before that, and that replaced, I'm not sure which came first, probably the New World Order pyramid stuff, right? They probably exterminated the Greeks or something. Maybe there was actually a religion that wasn't there. It's probably not, because Zeus and Jesus, kind of like the same thing there. And the stories are all the same anyways. But one of you guys reported me or something for hate speech because I was repeating what the New Age gospel was telling me, that, you guys' favorite lovers. Some person came in and beat my account with their rainbow flag, and I was just repeating what they're telling me. They're saying, it's just like every other religion there is. You look up page 1 and it tells you something, and then page 3 tells you the exact opposite, and page 6 tells you the opposite of that, back to page 1, and then page 9 tells you like this and that or whatever. And some of them aren't so complex, like Satanism. They just rely on the fact that no one involved in that is above the age of 2 or something. So they don't even, I don't know, to be honest. I stopped reading that stuff around then. I was like, this is stupid. Because I thought the Satan dude was going to burn and destroy the earth, and the book doesn't talk about any of that. And it's wow, that's called posers. And that's what happened when USA took over black metal too, the satanic music. They turned it, literally there's all the females nowadays are prostitutes on things like these. Wherever I'm posting this video, TikTok or whatever, OnlyFans, and so that they wear black metal shirts, and they don't even, all they know is what the TV told them about black metal. So their story of black metal, everything they think they know and they fight for, and you're wrong. And it's dude, 20 years before that, there was a different story. But anyways, the point of the video is that they're just changing. They just sing the same thing over and over. But I got banned. So I was telling you, I'm a New World Order preacher now, or a New Age preacher, my bad. It's not New World Order, New Age. But they're all linked to it, right? They all use the same symbols and hand signs, and it all comes from the same stuff. That is Christianity, that is Satanism, that is pre-Christianity. And the pyramid, is on churches. So the New World Order, anyone saying that's not part of that, just you haven't been around the world. So, but they telling you this and that. They're oh, you get what you don't want. And so I post videos and you create it with your mind too. You got to ask for what you want, and then you get what you don't want, because you think about, you had a thought that you don't want it, but you got to ask for what you want and say you want it, and then you got to sort out and not get and realize what you don't want. And it's like every other religion. It's like a little gerbil running on the ground in a gerbil running in a cage and in its little wheel. And if you've never had a gerbil before, you don't understand what that means. A leaf has more intelligence than a gerbil. A leaf. A leaf doesn't try to kill itself. A gerbil will kill itself just because it's so it's a leaf is a living being compared to a gerbil and some other things on this planet too. And so, leaf is living, right? Trees are living. Supposedly, they're so smart, and that's odd too. You look back at that, and you're when you study everything going on, you're like, wow, if they're clones we can summon, like a leaf. A tree has been here thousands of years. This clone I just summoned like 5 minutes ago. Or I summoned it last week, or I summoned it 6 months ago, and it's just now appearing. So it's like a day old. And I've had it where I just think about them and they appear right in front of me, and it's like, hey, this person's a second old, and they're in like a 39, 62-year-old rotting corpse. And it's not, it's a second-year-old being. But the leaf has been here supposedly thousands of years all over the whole world. Appearing like that, like it's not like real. They can just generate trees and buildings or whatever. But anyways, the New Ageism is man, and some of y'all, and I'd like one of you to tell me who you are. I promise I won't send a hitman after you or myself, because why would I pay someone else when I could do the job myself? I'd waste of $5. Man, I could like set the $5 on fire and pray to the gods. Be like, hey, Abraham Lincoln forever, gods. In fire we trust. And get some perfect wish. Why would I hire a hitman if you told me who you are that like reported my video for hate speech for talking about repeating the new age gospel? It's all your fault. Everything that's ever happened to you is your fault. But what also happens is anytime you have a thought, that's going to come into the world, right? That's what they're saying. And then, even if it's a negative thought, if you think about someone killing your child, that's going to happen. And you're going to be like, what happened? And according to New Ageism, what happened is, yeah, that thought that happened, and then now it happened. And then someone violates you in a back alley, beats you with a club, or sticks a club up in you, and you're going to be, yeah, me too. But New Ageism says that's your fault. You want it to happen. And if you didn't want it to happen, what happened is you thought of it, and you thought you didn't want it to happen, so it happened. Because that's what happens too, is not only do you think of stuff you want, and you want stuff you think of, but you think, you also know when you don't want something, you're thinking about it, so the thought comes into the world, and it's all your fault. It's all your fault. It's all your fault. Just like pretty much everything else. You know, Jesus said, forgive people, but it's all your fault if you're a slave to a group of people who are superior to you, or write books saying they're superior to you. Let's never confuse, because we don't know the facts of what's going on yet, and no one else is willing to discuss it and put their lives on the line to figure out what's going on. But New Ageism, it's just replacing scientism. So instead of going to Mars, we're going to go to a different dimension. And instead of going to hellfire, which they replaced Christianity with Satanism, and USA wrote the Satanic Bible. Not USA, it was Israel inside USA. Howard Levy. Instead of going to hellfire, you're going to go to heaven before that. Instead of that, you're going to go to Valhalla before that. And instead of that, you're going to go to Scooby-Doo's dog biscuit factory before that, and you're gonna go to North Pole of Santa Claus before, somewhere in there, right? And I'm sorry, I'm stupid. I don't understand my timeline anymore. It's all confused. I'm stupid. I don't know what I'm talking about. Nothing. I don't know nothing, bro. I don't know nothing. That's a problem. That's a serious problem. I don't know nothing. If I knew nothing, like beings that look like they're being summoned in a second, they disappear. That happens in music too, not just beans. I mean, the beans are the most telling, right? But, I'm like, oh, look, they got a whole 10 new albums for me today talking to my thoughts. And what I talked about like an hour ago or something. And it's all crazy stuff like this. So when it talks to you, like, you realize, like, it's not about that, or, very direct things. And when they come up to you and speak to you and tell you, then you understand. Anyways, New Ageism, you guys, let's sum it up. You have a thought, and it comes into the world. You're a fantastic creator. You're the God of the world. You're the creator of the world. But if you have a thought you don't like, that's going to come into this world to give you a fun time and challenge you, because it's funny for them. It's funny for them. If you get drugged down into a back alley and get beat with a baseball bat, and the baseball bat jammed up inside you repeatedly for like a couple of hours, that's your fault, because you didn't want that to happen but you thought you didn't want it to happen, so it happened. You see how that works? That literally. Now, please send me all your money, and maybe one day I'll write a book. Right now, send me money for the book.